If you bought some random weed stock because your buddy told you to and it happens to go down, you're not going to be in a good mood and you're not going to understand what you're invested in. You're going to panic and you're going to freak out and you're going to sell. That is not what you want to be doing. You want to be opportunistic when the market is down, not panicking and freaking out. But if you don't understand what you've invested in, that is exactly what happens. Hey guys, Omar Khan here from Theta Trading, and today's topic of conversation is what am I investing in 2023 and beyond? But before we get into that, ask you a big favor. Can you please hit the like button, hit that subscribe button? We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and beyond, and it really helps the YouTube algorithm out. Would greatly appreciate it. Put a lot of time and effort into these videos, and I'd love for you to do that. I'll give you a sec. All right, let's go. All right, what am I investing in 2023 and beyond? Well, first, let's talk about a couple ground rules. All right. First, always understand what you are investing in and why you are investing in it. So, thoroughly research the companies that you're investing in, all right? Like, thoroughly invest in them. You really want to make sure you understand what you're investing in. All right. Now, once this is done, and this is the most important step, okay? You have to say, okay, I'm very happy to own whatever company it happens to be. All right, now, and the reason is this. The markets go through ebbs and flows, okay? They go like this. Sometimes they go up, sometimes they go down. But on average, markets have gone up about 11% a year for the last 50 years. That's the S&P 500. Maybe a little closer to 10 now with this latest market downpull. But that's what happens. Markets oftentimes go through bear markets and corrections. It's not a question of when it'll happen. If it'll happen. It's only a matter of when. Okay? So because of that, you want to make sure that what you're owning is something that you thoroughly understand. You're like, I know why I own this company. If you bought some random weed stock because your buddy told you to and it happens to go down, you're not going to be in a good mood and you're not going to understand what you're invested in and you're going to panic and you're going to freak out and you're going to sell. And that is not what you want to be doing. You want to be opportunistic when the market is down, not panicking and freaking out. But if you don't understand what you've invested in, that is exactly what happens. Now, like I said, the markets can and absolutely will go down. They don't go up straight line forever. Otherwise, everybody would invest in the stock market. They go, you might get a 20% year and then followed by a 5% year, followed by a 12% year, followed by a negative 5% year. But like I said, the average is about 10% or 11% over the last 50 years on the S&P 500. Okay, now, when the markets pull back, okay, and they will, because you invested in something that you thoroughly understand and believe in, when the markets pull back, you are not going to panic. Instead, you are going to be opportunistic. You're going to look around and say, wait a second, my favorite company is on sale. Now, you're going to be hearing in the news, the market's going to fall apart further, and it's going to go down more and more and more. Remember, the job of the media is to freak you out and scare you. But you know what you've invested in, so you're not going to get freaked out, okay? But again, like I said, if you invest in some random weed stock that you know nothing about, well, chances are you are going to panic and make an irrational decision, and you don't want to do that. Now, there's a saying in the markets that you've heard me say many times, when others are greedy, be fearful, and when others are fearful, be greedy, okay? So when the markets are going up, 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 you have to keep level-headed. And when the markets are going down, and they will, you should not be panicking. Instead, you should view a market pullback as all of a sudden, my favorite stocks are on sale. I know what they're going to be worth in the future. At least I have a very good idea. So I'm not going to freak out. I'm more than happy to put some more money in if I have it. Okay. Now, what am I investing in 2023 and beyond? Well, I like to invest in themes. Okay. So themes that I see with my eyes first. First things first, I'll look out the window. I'll say, what am I seeing happening? Well, I'll tell you some of the most obvious ones that I can see. And again, this is not meant to be stock advice. You must do your own homework and make sure that you are comfortable owning whatever company that you're owning, okay? So some of the themes that I invest in, and it's it's not just 1 year or 2 years. I want to see what's going to change the world in 5 years, 10 years from now. What's really going to change the world, okay? Companies that are innovating, that are changing things. Now, those companies generally oftentimes involve a bumpier ride, but the payoff, in my opinion, can be much greater, and that's why I'm happy to invest in those companies. So let's talk about some of the things that I'm investing in. So let's talk about the first one, cloud computing, okay, or cloud storage. Storing company data, personal data, it is all done now on cloud services. Amazon is number one, Microsoft is number two. These are companies that I want to invest in. Why? Because I believe that the demand for cloud storage will only increase from here, okay? That is a big deal. Okay, so I want to look at, investing in Microsoft. I know their cloud storage is increasing rapidly because the whole industry is increasing rapidly. And I can see many years from now that it'll be much larger. So investing in a company like Microsoft for me, although it is only one segment of their business, it gives me a great deal of comfort. So if the stock happens to pull back, again, I'm not freaked out. Again, I'm opportunistic, and that's the spot we want to be in. Now, another one I'll give you is chips, okay? Not Lay's, not potatoes, not Ruffles, but semiconductors, okay? So we are getting to a more and more connected world. We're using more devices, more connectivity. We've all learned to work from home. I'm recording this on an iPhone. This all involves computing power, which is chips. So one of the companies that I invest in, because I believe in the leader of this company, Lisa Su, is AMD. Now, AMD chips are in many different devices. Think about gaming. Let's look how big gaming has become over the last few years. And do I believe gaming will be bigger in the future? Yes. Personal devices, cell phones, laptops, tablets, these all require chips. Electric vehicles and vehicles in general, they all require chips and computing power. Okay, so once you've done your homework and you believe in this company, believe in the leaders, look to see if that industry is growing. How much more will it grow in the future? Are you comfortable with this? Because remember, your hold period should be a while. It shouldn't be like 3 days, or at least for me anyways. I'm more than happy to hold for multiple years because I believe in the companies that I'm investing in. Okay? Now, I'll tell you the biggest one for me. The biggest one for me is electric vehicles, and specifically Tesla. Okay, now I've owned the Tesla now for about 14 months. Now, in the average electric vehicle, you have 2.5 times as many chips, semiconductors, as you do in a normal internal combustion or ICE vehicle. Okay, so I have to ask myself, do I think there'll be more electric vehicles in the future or less? And now, having owned a Tesla for 14 months, I can unequivocally tell you that I think it is an absolute no-brainer. And again, I can see this with my eyes. A year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, how many Teslas did I see on the road? Very few. It's getting more and more and more. And I start looking at countries like Norway, where 90% of new electric vehicles, almost 90%, are electric, and specifically Teslas. We look at California, 35% last year of new vehicle registrations were electric. That tells you something. Now, having owned an electric vehicle for me for a while, I save about $700 a month on gas. Okay, it costs me about $80, $90, maybe $100 a month or so in electricity. It would cost me about $800 a month on gas, especially with gas being so high. We know that we're moving to a greener world, but this is also an economic decision. It makes sense. People are more than happy to save money. Now, I understand the cost of electric vehicles right now is prohibitive. Teslas are very expensive, and I get that part. But you have to look at the total cost of ownership, okay? Total cost of ownership for electric vehicle, you have very little maintenance, so no more oil changes, no more spark plugs, no more tune-ups, no more belts and hoses and all that stuff. I have an 8-year warranty on the battery. I get this question all the time. What happens if the battery dies? I'm like, what happens if your engine dies? You've got a 4-year warranty. I have an 8-year warranty on my battery. So I'm in a much better spot. So I'm not worried about the battery. So I got very little maintenance costs. I got 500 kilometers every single day. So the same way you come and plug your cell phone in every night and you get a full charge in the morning, I plug in my car and I get a full charge. And I only charge 80% because it does degrade the battery. But I have to ask myself, as more and more of these electric vehicles are produced, it is going to drive the cost down. And we're starting to see that. The cost of these electric vehicles is going down. You're starting to see more and more on the road every day. To me, we're in the bottom of the first, maybe the top of the second for any of you baseball fans out there. We're in the bottom of the first, top of the second inning right now. You already saw Norway, you've seen California, you see other places, maybe where you live. Are you starting to see electric vehicles everywhere? And specifically Teslas. So I like to invest in what I believe is the industry leader, okay? Now, I made this mistake a few years back when I first started investing 20 years ago, 20 plus years ago, but I made a few mistakes when I first started investing. I also, I missed the boat on Google. I'll invest in the second best search engine, which at that time happened to be Yahoo, and Alta Vista, gone. And I said, I missed the boat on Microsoft. I'll invest in, there's a company called Corel, and they're gone, long gone. I learned a long time ago that I want to invest in the industry leader as long as I'm comfortable with the team, the management team, their products and services, and their long-term viability. Again, that goes back down to doing your homework. So those are the three biggest themes I'm investing in. Cloud computing, cloud storage, chips, and electric vehicles. Now, electric vehicles to me are going to change the world. If you own an electric vehicle, total cost of ownership, like I said, is far lower than a conventional car. You're not paying for brakes, for example. You only have to change the brakes on Teslas on average about every 200,000 kilometers. At least that's what I've been told. I'm not nowhere even close. For all you Americans out there, that's probably about 120, 130,000 miles. So you don't have to change them often. Why? Because as soon as you let your foot off the gas pedal or electric pedal, the car slows down by itself, so it uses its own inertia to regenerate the battery. Okay? So you're barely ever using the brakes. That's a great place to be. So you have low maintenance costs, okay? A battery with a multiple year warranty, a fraction of the cost to drive versus gas, much less pollution. And with declining costs, I only think this is going to get bigger, okay? And these are the three biggest themes I'm investing in 2023 and beyond, guys, and I use naked puts to do them. And if you don't know what a naked put is yet, watch one of our previous videos on naked puts and you'll know. So guys, that's the three biggest themes I'm investing in 2023 and beyond, and I'll keep doing that until I see something change, unless my thesis changes. All of a sudden, people aren't buying electric vehicles, but that's not the case. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and please, in the comments, let us know what other things would you like to see content-wise. Greatly appreciate it. Again, Omar Khan here from Theta Trading. We'll see you all soon.